Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to our Tuesday night Thrive full moon edition, Leo full moon edition. My name's lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. A very warm welcome to those of you who are coming back. And of course, a very warm welcome to those of you who are new. I'm excited tonight. So let's just get this Palo Santo going. Tristan's on my lap. He's probably going to take off. I've got my original drum wanted to come off the wall tonight, so I'm excited about that. We are less than 12 hours. We're about 8 hours away. What time was it? From our full moon in Leo. Yeah, about 8 hours. 12, about 12 hours away. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind. Okay, so welcome to our full moon party. How y'all feeling? It's like a little intense. Each and every day is a little more intensity. So I'm really feeling guided to start tonight's connection with my original drum. That was a bit of a struggle to come off the wall, but wanted to come off the wall. So I would encourage you now, whether you're tuning in live or you're catching the replay, to just sit back, relax, just breathe into the experience. We'll see what's here for us. I'm just going to kind of turn this way so that the drum, this year, one of my goals is to get better sound, a better setup for all of these connections. Anyways, just sit back, relax, and see what may be here for you. And the intention is really to support the release of what you no longer need, what no longer, it was just 222 there, what no longer needs to move forward with you into the next phase or stage of your experience. So nice deep breathing. My neighbors must love me right about now. So, okay, here we are. So, tonight is our full moon edition, full moon in Leo. So the full moon in Leo is exact tomorrow morning at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So truly tomorrow night when the moon rises, it will be full. It really felt like perfect timing, the Tuesday night live, the eve before the full moon, to really support us in our ability to thrive, because we're not carrying stuff forward with us anymore, right? We're wrapping up a cycle. We're doing the inner work. We're really being the embodiment of years and perhaps decades of the inner work, of the spiritual journey. And now we're really calling everything into our experience in the 3D. Remember, like within the spiritual community, there's a lot of chatter about where we originate from and, all kinds of things. And for years, my crew has been saying it's really not so relevant where we originate from. We all originate from source. What's more important is that we are the embodiment of the divine human. Remembering, we came to the earth to have this earthbound experience, to experience being flesh and bone. And so this is, it feels like this year is about the seeds we have sown and really calling into our experience that which, we deeply desire, our heart's desire, and knowing that it's already within our experience. And all we need to do is simply be present moment to moment. So this is called the snow moon. If you didn't catch the, I think it was Saturday Night Live, I'm not sure. What I shared on Saturday was the heart of the matter. We are all of it. And hive mind equals collective oppression. So there is a tendency as we make forward movement, as we progress forward or within the spiral on our spiritual journey, which, is eternal. And yet here on earth, there is an expiry date, if you will. Action. I love that this has come out because what is love? My right ear is ringing like crazy right now. Inspired action, into action. Love is an action. So, and it's got the beautiful, it says it's the waxing gibbous. All I can see up there is this beautiful full moon illumination. Things that were hidden are now coming to the surface or being revealed. And so like one of the questions that came through is, what are your default settings, your go-to reactions? Those are the patterns that we want to break free from, because those patterns are really self-imposed oppression. We suppress our expression, and there's no right or wrong way to express. I mean, you don't want to go out there and verbally puke all over someone and spew oh, that's so funny. I put this card back in today and it's come back out. You don't want to go out into the world and, spew your stuff all over other people. We're not here for that anymore. And that was a big part of the conversation on Saturday night, is it's like we are but a drop within the cosmic stream that exists beyond all perceived timelines, eons of time, timelines of the mind, the hive mind, the man. Man's not as smart as we like to think we are, because we've really forgotten the heart of the matter. We are divine. We are eternal souls who were born to shine here on earth for a limited time. Yet what we do here on earth reverberates throughout all time, beyond time and space. Oh, I'm going to just take a sip of my smoothie. Yum. So we have into action. Love-inspired action leads to the blossoming. We have 6-6. Like, this is a choice point. We're at a choice point. What are your default settings? And with everything going on in the sky, and we still have Mars retrograde at this time until the 24th, I believe, of February, there will be a tendency, a conditioning, a default setting that we want to revert into. And we really don't want to go there. We're breaking through, we're breaking free. 2025, the universal 9 year, is the year that we break free and really allow the blossoming to take place in our life by inspired action from the purity of our heart. You know, that childlike sense of wonder, not childish, not immature, well seasoned, well matured, childlike wonder. What's that number there? 30. So we have 366. So 369. 12 and 3, 15, back to 6. You know, this is the Empress energy. This is the embodiment of, this is it. This is the culmination of the decades of work that you've been doing, or the years of work. This is a culmination point, a 9-year cycle. If nothing else, it may in fact be a much bigger cycle. If nothing else, it's a 9-year cycle. And so you want to be very, I heard ruthless. We don't really want to be ruthless. We want to be very discerning with what it is that we're carrying forward with us on the next phase of our journey. Like, imagine this as the world. And we're going back to the new beginning, which is the Fool card, the 0, Aries energy, the fire in our belly, the passion and the desire that drives us forward to co-create with the divine, take inspired actions, allow others to see your shine. No more like behind the scenes. I love that all of these cards have like a full moon in them. So this is a time of illumination. What's coming, you know, what is coming to this to the surface? And we're on that Aquarian Leo axis. And Leo is about strength, self-expression, sense of belonging. Leo, you know, the pride, the community. And the archetypes for the Leo energy are the performer, right? The sacred fool, perhaps, or the jester, the child, and the leader. So it's like allowing that inner child to lead. It was 1313 there, divine feminine energy. It's like, and again, 6 if we added it all up. Allowing the inner child to lead via self-expression, co-creation with the divine, and then the adult that we are at this time takes the inspired action from a place of love for that child that they once were, the child that they still are, and the child that we will be forevermore. And it's, you know, we got the new romantic cycle again, the balance of the masculine and feminine coming together at this time. And the reminder that we are the fulcrum, we are the center point, and it is our spine, right? And if we extend our arms, it's like the scales. So are you feeling balanced at this time? And if you're not, it's really important. If you're not feeling these Leo energies as strength and courage, and you feel free to express yourself, are you willing to show up for yourself? Are you willing to do something different? Because everything's encouraging us to do things differently. We can't do the same old, you know, what's that saying? Like, the mind that created The problem isn't the one that's going to find the solution. Solution, Soul. This full moon is in trine with Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So knowing where Chiron is in your chart is important as well. For myself, Chiron is in Aries. So maybe we can talk about Chiron more one night too. So with this full moon in trine with Chiron, the wounded healer, it means that there's a great opportunity for us for more self-awareness. Who doesn't want more self-awareness? More understanding and acceptance, because the more self-awareness that we gain, the more we are going to, again, be the embodiment of what we know. It feels like this is a time of deep integration. As we're shedding, as we're releasing, we all also, within the space created through the releasing, there is a really critical point in time where we must integrate, and integration happens through, dietary choices. It happens via our groundedness, so getting to nature, allowing ourselves to feel supported, the free love and support that is there for us all the time, just by getting outside into nature. Because the shadow side of Leo is very self-absorbed, very egocentric, demands attention, full of pride. And I mean, pride is great. It's great to take pride in ourselves and, our strength of character, our courage. Like, these are things to be proud of, but to be full of pride is like, we view ourselves better than, the rest. And, that's just not true. The shadow side of Leo is also arrogant, overly dramatic, temper tantrums, and dominating, like imposing our will on others. We don't want that either. So the ego is activated by the mind. If the mind is overactive, I think. If the mind's overactive, the solar plexus, I do, free will, there's an imbalance, right? So I really feel the most important work we can do at this time, and here we have that one energy, the void, it's come through again. And one is the magician, right? 0 is the fool, taking the leap of faith, treading, leaping into our destiny, leaping into our life, leaping into the arms of love, full of faith and light. We're not carrying the burdens from back there, not carrying that stuff forward, because we're recognizing what our default patterns are, and we're not repeating them. We are putting in a new program. We are creating a new neural pathway. So we're not defaulting to these settings that were likely put in place early in our lives, in our childhood. And this speaks about, magician is also like Virgo energy, as well as that 9, the hermit energy, and the pentacles, the earthly realm, co-creating the life of your dreams here on the earthly realm while you're alive. And it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to move into action. And it requires this time of downtime as well. This is how we receive messages. This is how we connect with source. It's when we're quiet. It's not when we're busy and we're running around and we're doing all the things that we do. It's when we're quiet. It's, for me, it's at the end of the day when I crawl into my bed. At the end of the day, it's like, that's my time. And I'm not one of these who falls asleep like that. So there's a lot of time I get at the end of the day to just focus on breathing, clearing the energetic space around me, communing with God, the angels, my loved ones in spirit, having little conversations. This is action as well, right? It's one thing to know that we have a spirit team surrounding us. It's quite another to be engaged with them and to call them into action, to call them to the forefront of our experience. Let's get some of the ancestors. I'm really feeling guided to the ancestors and Archangel Michael, I'm hearing. So, how's everyone feeling? What I'm feeling and what I'm hearing is that you are receiving a lot of signs. You are, for me, it's dimes at this time. I walked into the washroom at work last night and there was a dime sitting right there on the floor. So that's, I always get excited at these things. Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. This card is called Harmony, and it's another number 3. So if we added the 2 3s and then we have the 2 6s, it's triple sixes across the board. This is a highly, it's a highly spiritual number, and it's indicative to us, especially those of us who are alive at this time, this 2025, February 11th, those of us who are alive at this time, there's been so much, stuff, shade, let's say, shade thrown at that number. And I feel it's really important for us to recognize our power. And our power is recognizing that we are the divine in flesh here for an earthbound experience. We agreed to this because we wanted to be a part of this monumental shift that reverberates throughout the ages. And it's like this period in time upon the body of Mother Earth that is where humans are beginning to harmonize by aligning with source divine in their own experience. Like for me, my connection with source goes back to my earliest memories, like as the child laying in bed frightened at night, to overcome the fears of the boogeyman in my head, the voices in my head that were saying to be afraid, be very afraid. It was only through my connection with source and my angels that, like carried me through those days, that moved me beyond the fear. There's not much fear in my life today. Honestly, what is there to be afraid of? I'm at the midway point of life. I'm self-supporting. I have everything that I need. And it's about growing in faith that all that I desire, all that God and my angels and my loved ones in spirit want me to experience in this life is on its way to me. And it's the same for all of us. And all we need to do is take responsibility for how we feel in the moment each and every day. Can we stay in the purity of our heart when externally there are forces and energies at play that really want to seek to keep us like the rat in the cage? Like as I was saying that, before I said it, I was hearing that song, despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. I don't remember who sang that. And it's like, we're not rats in cages. We are divine. We are divine royalty. We were born to shine and co-create with the divine, to seed bliss for generations of time, generations of children who are our children, who are our siblings, who are our family, and I don't just mean by blood. It's like we all originate from the same source. We're all related. All our relations, we are all related. And so if you've been feeling sidelined or sidetracked or unsure of your next step, follow the pathway of your breath deeper into your experience, because there is where you will find your answers. And this is the direction of south. And, that's funny. Archangel Michael sits in the south, and the color is red. And it's like music, the creation. I'll just, if you want to screenshot and read that, I could probably read it, but I won't. The 3 is also speaking to me of balancing the Trinity within and bringing that Trinity online at this time. Regardless of whether you're in partnership or connection with a divine counterpart or not, this is in order to bring that into our experience, in order to call that into our experience, we must be aligned, right? Like, if we want to have a spiritual partnership with someone, then it's important that we continue our spiritual practices and our spiritual development. Here we have Sacred Earth, Health and Vitality, number 16, which is a 7, which is the physical body, the spine. 16 in the tarot is the Tower card. Are we ready to let everything that's not serving us, anything that is not joy, happiness, peace, are we ready to let it go so that we can experience all that we are worthy and deserving of? Because we are here to give birth to the golden age, the experience of, that's so funny, the experience of heaven on earth via the pathway of continually turning the page, the golden age, Shambhala, meditation, prayer, movement, care for the physical body, creating our experience of heaven on earth via our path of enlightenment, number 12. 12 is the reminder that we are the channel of light. If you break it down, it's 3. If you, in the tarot, it's the Hanged Man, contemplating. What I really love, oh shoot, the boobs. What I really love about this card is all the pink in it. It's like we're surrounded by this embrace of unconditional love. And the more time that we spend in meditation and devotional practices, oh my gosh, the more that we radiate the essence of unconditional love into the world. I'm feeling sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, high heart, and throat chakra really being activated by this full moon. And I feel like we're going to probably just pull one more card, and then I am going to go and do some stuff. So one more message just to wrap this up. From our ancestors and loved ones in spirit, all who love us unconditionally, whether we knew them in the flesh or not. Divine Masculine. That's my number for the Divine Masculine, 23. Freedom. Brother to the hawk. I've been getting a lot of flybys from hawks of late. And I'm just feeling like, again, this is saying pay attention to the messengers in your life, whether it's the winged wise ones, whether it's, the four-legged ones, whatever it may be, whether it's, of the elemental world, pay attention. You are indeed on the pathway to freedom. This full moon is a pivotal point that really sets us up for the remainder of this year, and particularly between now and Leo season, July, August of this year, and our Aquarian full moon. So do the work you are being called to do. Perhaps write down the question, what are your default settings and your go-to reactions? And are you willing to break the pattern? Because for those who are willing to break the patterns, the payout, the reward is beyond your imagination. It's going to be better than you ever imagined. So with that being said, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up. Harness the power of this courageous Leo full moon. You can do it, and you are absolutely worth it.